Well, folks, it arrived. The new Bling IT Sparkling Micas are here. They're gorgeous. There's the 5 colors. We've got gold, green, blue, violet, red. And I'm going to show you what we can do with those and these amazing interferences that we've got. But I don't know. I just had to dive into this, man. I want to roll around in these colors. Actually, these are so yummy. I feel like I just want to take a bath in them. Let's see what color this is. Oh yeah, this is the blue. I think this is the blue. Yep, that's the blue. Pretty, pretty blue. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm going to close these up and I'll show you about the new Bling IT. They're going to be in the primary element packaging. We will be listing these on the primary element page and also on the Rezin Art page. My hands are pretty sparkly. Because they're a pure mineral. They're just pure mica that can be used whether you're going to use them in your acrylic paint pouring or any other projects that you might have that you need some kind of extra sparkle or bling to your paint. And obviously they would be stunning in resin in place of using glitter. I mean, glitter is pretty. We all love glitz. But mica just adds a more elegant element where glitter is plastic and sometimes very, very obvious in the piece. I'm going to close these up. I'll be right back. So these are our interference and bling colors. Now interference is a set, and I've got them lined up next to one another so you can see the difference. This would be the interference. It's very satiny. This is the Bling Gold. You can see the difference. Now this would add a little sparkle and shine to your work. This will actually lighten the color. And I'm going to show you guys how in a few minutes. So you have your gold. This is the green. See the satin green? And you've got your sparkle green. I just love these things. This is the violet. Now, why do they call it interference? They call it interference because it interferes with the light before you see the color, let's say, of my skin beneath this, okay? And it also creates shifting. So not only can I add this to lighten something, let's say I have a blue and I want it to shift a little violet. Huh? Why not? Okay? So not only can I lighten a violet or a purple to a lighter purple, my hands are really sparkly here, I can also make it shift a different way. Take a dark teal blue and add some green and see if I can't get it to shift more green. So that's the interference. And here's the blue. Got my hand wiped off. See that beautiful cast of that blue. Not my hand is beautiful, the color is beautiful. And then here is that sparkly blue. It's kind of a large particle size to see it along with it, but it's definitely distinguished on my fingers next to it. You can see how large and sparkly it is. So let's mix these in something. One fun way to see what colors you're working with, you notice how they look white in the jar. Or just a tint of themselves, right? Okay, but I've got a wet paintbrush with just water on it, right? I'm going to pick up just a little bit of this interference blue. And look what happens as soon as it hits that black. It interferes with the light so you see the blue before you see the black underneath. this is technically interference red. Pretty powerful, especially since it just looks like a white powder in the jar. That's the interference red. Let's grab a little bit of the green. Whew. That's in your face green. We're going to play with a little violet. Wow. Oh, that is in your face. One thing I could say about these micas, these are a little bit more expensive than the normal interferences. I decided to start purchasing this when I was making the resin art. And yes, all the primary elements will be made with this Better Creative mica. It just adds a little bit more pizzazz to the work, to the colors, okay? But look at how powerful that is, especially since that says passive little white powder. The only one that actually looks kind of gold, I mean you can see little tints in these, is the gold. Oops. Sorry, we're off camera here. Is that gold. And that gold is in your face. Give you guys a benchmark of what these kind of look like all together. There is an interference copper. We've had it for a while. It is they do make, it's like an interference orange to cover the spectrum of yellow, red, blue, violet, green, orange. We do carry it. It's not the same variety. I didn't put it in the 5-packs, but it is there. It's a pretty mica. It's Germany, so that's a good quality mica. But I didn't add it to the collections because it's underutilized. A lot of people don't need it, but it is there if you're interested in an interference copper, which is the orange rendition of these interferences. Okay, now let's see if, and we don't know, I haven't tried it yet, if the larger particulates are going to show up on the white the same way, I mean on the black the same way. Wow, that's kind of blingy. Wow, 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 I didn't expect that. Oh my God, I put way too much on there. If that gives you any idea, this is your Bling IT Gold, guys. Wow. Okay, and the next one I'm going to use way, way less. That's one other thing. When you're mixing this, you're supposed to use like only 10% of normal micas just because it's so strong. But I would kind of adjust to taste, quite frankly. Okay, so here is, I think this is the blue. I'm going to try to pick up less. Oh no, that's the green. Get a little bit of water in here. Oh, it's almost a teal, how the camera's picking it up, but it is green. That's the Bling IT green. I don't know, this gold's driving me nuts. It's picking up all kinds of light from that camera. Here is the violet. Whoa! Wow. Here is, I think this is the red. Come on, put that in the light. I gotta get a little bit of water on there and move that around. Fortunately, with the big ones, you kind of need a little bit of water to move that around, and I think I picked up way too much on that. There you go. So there's the Bling IT red. Wow, in this light, that's really looking purple there. And then last but not least, I believe this is the blue. Yes. so what does that mean for real practical purposes? Okay, I'm going to try to keep as much here as I can drying around me while I show you. Wow, this is just, that gold is dynamite, man. Ooh, that's beautiful. They all are, but the gold just kind of got me. It was the first Bling It I popped up, right? So, for acrylic paint pouring people, now for resin people that may not know this, we have a paint line called Primary Elements, Art Pigments. They are the same brand as these interferences went in, but on the page there's a separate tab for just, it says Pure Mica Minerals, and the other ones is Primary Element Art Pigments, and these are art pigments that actually have ground color in them, like the resin art has ground color in them, okay? But this is water soluble, designed to go in acrylic mediums, glazes, varnish, water-based polyurethane, gum arabic to make watercolors. And the resin art is designed for epoxy resin, 2-part resin. It should work in nail polish and clear coat. I have not tested it yet. I plan on getting some clear nail polish this weekend to test that theory, because I've got some pretty ornaments I want to paint with some nail polish and the resin art. And also it'd be great for Halloween to know it works as nail polish, right? Anyway, so let's mix some of this up first to give you an idea of how this works for the interferences. For paint pouring people, you're familiar with our Vivid Clear Enamel. That's our medium. I have it in a big old tub here. It's not fancy, that's why I didn't show you the bottle. I think I have one of the small little Florence bottles that we first came out with here on my table, so you can see the name of the base. This is a water-soluble acrylic. I didn't mean to put so much out there. And basically it's the same as the resin art. You're going to put in about 1/8 of a teaspoon per, actually I'm going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon this time, my little scoops. I got to get some more of those scoops. Per ounce, I think this is about 2 ounces. Okay. You mix it in and it dissolves just how the resin art dissolves in the resin. And if you guys are brand new to the channel and never knew that we had a line of pigments for acrylic paint pouring, we do. We do a lot. So this is the Snapdragon mixed with the Vivid Clear Enamel. Now for paint pouring, I do all kinds of things. I'm going to cover this up and use this just for painting, so I'm not necessarily going to do paint pouring. But I want to show you, I'm trying to think if I should do it on a white kitchen tile. You know, I like to use these for testing colors so you can see the pure color on a white surface. Okay, so I'm going to pour some of my Snapdragon out. And I'm going to put in some, I think this is the Interference Violet here. And that one, and there's no Interference Violet in this one. Get these jars forward. Now our pigments are pretty strong, so you may not notice much of a shift how light it is. Okay? But let's see what it looks like on the tile. Again, I haven't thinned this down for pouring or anything. This is just straight acrylic paint. Actually, it's an enamel paint, acrylic enamel. Boy, that's one thing I forgot is purples really have trouble in the camera. That's why we like blues so much. And this is where I've mixed in a scoop of the Interference Violet. I'm not sure if this camera's going to pick it up. I see a big difference. Not sure if you guys can see that. Now, I don't think it's going to show up on black the same way. Black is unforgiving. It sucks up all light, but see where in the resin it's so obvious. On the paint pouring, oh yeah, look how dark that is. Can you see the difference? It's not just because it's black, because both of them have been painted on the black. It's really obvious here. It's just the way the camera's picking that up. But the interference lightened the Snapdragon to a lighter value. It took it up an entire shade. Okay, let me turn it this way. Yeah, there we go. Turn it up an entire shade. Okay. So I'm going to do a little itty bitty tiny mix of resin, just so the resin people can see the same thing. But I wanted paint pouring people to see the same thing. This one, we're going to do a custom Blue Moon with some of the, I think this is the Interference Blue. I don't have it marked. Yep, that's Interference Blue. So let's add a scoop of the Interference Blue. We've already got a scoop of Blue Moon in here. These are little itty bitty. They're like 3/4 of an ounce cup. They're tiny. But I want you to get a feel for what straight Blue Moon looks like. That's a little bit concentrated. I'm going to have to add a little bit more resin. Okay, and I'm making another one. I just tried to put the same amount of blue in these. I'm not trying to fool you guys or anything, but I don't have a lot of resin here mixed up. I didn't make a ton up. So we'll see how this works. They're all at the same disadvantage. I think this will probably show better on the camera. Of course, Blue Moon is a very, you're going to find out when I pour this out, a very strong blue. Don't be deceived. But let you see, and of course our Spice Ginger is a kind of a wonderful orangey gold. I'm going to do something now in a minute. So, the straight Blue Moon, move these back so I don't get resin on them. Let's see if I can get this up on a little stand for us. Okay. See how close up it'll let me get. Okay. So the straight Blue Moon, see how dark that is? That's the straight in your face Blue Moon. I realize the camera may not show us as much as we wanted. I know we had issues with the violet in the primary elements. I'm hoping the blue shows a little bit better. Okay. This next one, I believe I put 1 scoop of the extra Interference Mica in and 1 scoop of the other. Now it's going to be hard for you to tell the difference. I can see it. You can't see it. And this even, it could be that I picked too dark of a color. for this camera to pick up. Because I put 2 scoops in this, I'm going to add a little bit more. I think which will also help is now that I've added enough mica, right? I need to add a tiny bit more of this resin. I didn't make up much, just a teeniest bit here. But we got to give that mica something to work with. Boy, that really, I must admit, that Blue Moon's a dark color. It's a pretty dark color. Okay. Wow. Hard for you to even tell. And then is this actually lighter than that? Well, yes it is. You can tell that it is. Can you see that? That's what I probably should have done to begin with. That's the darker blue. That's your lighter blue. Now this is 3 parts interference because this Blue Moon's very dark. Not all colors are going to work this way. When I did the amethyst, our purple sapphire, it was 50-50 and I got the beautiful light French lilac. So it just happens to be that Blue Moon is intensely dark. And now that this is here, you can actually see this is a shade lighter, and then this is 1 shade lighter than this, and this is another shade lighter of all 4 of them. Okay? Let's see if I can get this on. Because I want you to see the benefit to be able to custom mix your own colors. Again, I'm going to do a lot more color mixing in the future, but this is more of an introduction of what they are. Okay, now I have some of the ginger, spiced ginger mixed up. It's a little bit concentrated. I'm going to get a little more resin in here. I reserved it because I didn't know how many shades of blue I had to go. Okay. Now typically gold and blue look good together. We'll see. This isn't meant to be a tile that I'm going to make anything out of, even though I can hear people wince thinking this is a waste of resin, and maybe so. But I wanted you to see just the straight spiced ginger. Okay. Now I'm going to add some of the Bling IT to it. Oops, it did poof on me. Okay, now I'm going to try to pour some bling here. I hope it shows up more sparkly so you guys can really see how glittery that is. I'll see how much the flashlight will pick up for us. Well, first of all, now you can tell how sparkly everything is because that's the interference making that glitter like crazy, okay? And you can see the different colors, but I don't know how much the Bling IT is going to separate out here because it's so intense in that color. I'm going to try to put see, I put a little bit of clear down here to let it kind of run into it and see what it can do. Because if you have too much color, it kind of doesn't give the mica space to kind of do its thing. And I must admit that, you know, I put a little bit of color in a tiny, tiny, tiny little salsa cup. Just want to see what happens if I spread that out a little bit. How much more visible our sparkly bling is. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see that gold in there. I mean, don't be wrong. The spiced ginger is absolutely stunning. Okay, but wow, what a difference that gold and that spiced ginger made. So as I start making my projects, I've got a piece in mind that I'm going to use Pretty in Pink, Blushing Lily, and I'm going to lighten the Pretty in Pink to a very light, delicate pink to get a lighter value. I might use some of the Bling It in the piece, we'll see. I mean, I've been experimenting the last few days and teasing you guys with this stuff, and it's finally here. They're listed on the website. You can play with all of them. This is that fantastic Bling It Gold. I think this is the Bling It Violet. The Bling It Blue. I think you get the point. Anyway, I'm going to load this up quickly for you guys so you guys get an idea what this is. This is just a short little video. There's no demonstration of actually painting today. It's just about the product. And once again, it's the Primary Elements Interference Micas and the Primary Element Bling It collections. You can just kind of tell from the bottom of the jar. One is the really large sparkly particle size. One is the satin for mixing colors. They're on the website in two places. You can find them in the Primary Elements section for our paint pouring folks. And you can find them on the Resin Art page. They're on the bottom section below the Resin Art colors. Okay. In the primary section there is a tab that says Pure Mica Minerals because there's an awful lot of stuff on the Primary Element page, as you paint pouring folks know. We did do a 5-piece assortment. People have been asking me for assortments on the Resin Art. I'll do that as soon as all the colors are released and out, and we're running and up in full production, so we're not running out of stock on any of those. But these we knew we could package quick. Well, I hope you guys had some fun and learned a little bit. We have these on groups of 5 for the 5 Bling Its and the 5 interferences, and if you buy the group of 5 you get 10 bucks off. We also have a special on our newest gold. Right now it's listed on the website as Mystery Gold, and it's a brighter, more yellow gold. And right now, while we're in the middle of doing the Bling It rollout, we're finishing up the last 6 colors for the website. We're having a special for everybody. If you actually pick one of the mystery golds, and it's listed that way on the Resin Art page, put it in a shopping cart. Then when you're checking out, type mystery gold coupon code in your coupon box. The website will deduct the cost of the mystery gold from your shopping cart. It only works for the Resin Art product, and it only works on that one item. It's not going to take $15.50 off a total order if you're buying other stuff, guys. Sorry. It's only a special on the mystery gold. We're still trying to name it. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I did. And one last at these beautiful Bling It colors that are just kind of driving me nuts. Now that's the Interference. This is the Bling It Gold difference, huh? That's the Interference Gold. That's the Bling It Gold, kids. Anyway, have a great day, and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.